Hello friends and my dear students. As in the series of this casting technology or casting processes, we have studied in the previous sessions about casting technology or processes basics, what are the different types of patterns, what are the essential qualities of pattern, and how we can select a molding sand, what are the characteristics are required for the selection of molding sand. These topics we have covered in the previous sessions of our casting processes. Basically, this casting process we used to study in manufacturing technology or manufacturing processes subject in either fourth, fifth, or third semester of mechanical engineering BTech curriculum. So now we came to the point where we have to discuss about gating system. Okay, gating design we will follow after the completion of this gating system. Okay, so basically as you can see, gating system is comprises of various elements or components which are pouring basin, sprue, runners, ingate, vent. Okay, so these are few important components which we have to select or you have to design whenever you are starting with the process of casting. So the pouring basin is a small funnel shaped cavity at the top of the mold. Okay, pouring basin is from where you are pouring your molten metal with the help of ladle. Okay, so this is a small funnel shaped cavity at the top of the mold, into which the molten metal is poured. Okay, so that is called as pouring basin. Now it is directly connected with the sprue. So what is called as sprue is the passage through which molten metal from pouring basin reaches to mold cavity. Okay, so as you can see in the diagram, this is pouring basin and this is sprue. Means sprue is a passage. This is only passage. Sometimes it's a similar to the shape of V. So this passage through which molten metal from pouring basin reaches to mold cavity and directly connected with the mold cavity gate and pouring basin. And in many cases it controls the flow of the metal into the mold. Definitely if it is a passage, then definitely it can control the flow of the metal in the mold, so that things should be considered in the sprue. As I told you that sprue is of V shape, so during the designing of the sprue we will see why the sprue is of specific shape and what are the advantages and disadvantages for designing the sprue of such shape. Now next is runner. Runner is the channel through which the molten metal is carried from sprue to the gate. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the gate and from sprue to gate there is a passage. This is called or this is a channel that is called as runner. Okay, next is your ingate. Ingate is a channel through which the molten metal enters the mold cavity. From where it enters the mold cavity, from either left to right, left or right. So this is the gate or a point from where molten metal start entering to the mold cavity. So that is called as ingate. Now next is vent. A small opening is in the mold to facilitate escape of air and gases. Means they are providing some space so that whenever there are some gases or air, that can be removed through the vent. Now what are the types of gates or ingate? There are basically, these are the few types of gates which you have to see. First is top gate, next is bottom gate, then parting gate, then step gate. Okay, now the causes in the top gate, causes of turbulence in the mold cavity and causes turbulence in mold cavity, and it is prone to form dross, favorable temperature gradient towards the gate, and only for the ferrous alloys. Means top gate are basically used for the ferrous alloys, and this gate supports the temperature gradients towards the gate. Okay, and it is prone to form dross, which is a kind of defect, casting defect, okay, and it also causes some turbulence in the mold cavity whenever it is a top gate, okay. Now bottom gate, no mold erosion means mold erosion will not be there. Used for very deep molds, which the deep mold means the depth is very high. In those kinds of molds you have to use the bottom gate. And higher pouring time, when pouring time is very high, okay, or you are slowly pouring the molten metal, it causes unfavorable temperature gradient, which is just opposite to the top gate. Means top gate supports the temperature gradient and it causes unfavorable temperature gradient, okay. So in this way you can select between top gate and bottom gate. Next is parting gate, mostly used gate, means most of the time we are using parting gate for the casting, because it is easiest and most economical in operation, because it is very economical to work with. Next is step gate, used for heavy and large casting, means whenever large castings are there, like casting of your bed of lathe, if you are manufacturing lathe bed, then you have to use step gate or large casting. Size of in gates are normally increased from top to bottom, okay. Means in the steps gate, the top area will be lesser compared to the bottom area in the step gate. So in this way you can select the types of gate as per the requirement of your designing. Now the goals of gating system, basically the goals of gating systems are to minimize turbulence, to avoid trapping of gas into mold, because if gas will insert or oxygen will insert, then definitely it will create casting defects, okay. So that thing you have to minimize, and definitely if trapping or gases will be there, then definitely that part of that casting will be porous, okay, which is not the optimum kind of casting we are going to manufacture. Next is to get enough metal into the mold cavity before the metal start to solidify, okay. Means getting system will allow enough metal so that that mold cavity should be properly filled and solidify. To avoid shrinkage, definitely getting system supports to avoid shrinkage, means shrinkage should not be there, otherwise there will be some casting errors. Next is establish the best possible temperature gradient in the solidifying casting, so that shrinkage, if occurs, must be in gating system, not in required cast part. Means the if shrinkage occurs, then that should be in the gating system, not in the casting part or what is your original part. So in this way you can maintain the best possible temperature gradient, okay. Incorporates a system for trapping the non-metallic inclusions, okay. It also incorporates a system so that non-metallic inclusion should be trapped, okay. So in this way these are the few specific goals of gating system, why you have to select or prepare or design the gating system, okay. So I'm stopping here. Next, what are the types of gating system? Pressurized and unpressurized gating system. Let's cover these two topics. After that we'll stop and wind up the session. Basically there are two kinds of gating system, which are pressurized gating system and unpressurized gating system, okay. What are those? Let's see, and what are the differences between these two. Pressurized gating systems are the total cross sectional area decreases towards the mold cavity, and while it is opposite in unpressurized, here the total cross sectional area increases towards the mold cavity. Means in during the cross sectional area, if you will see, then it will increase from mold starting point to the mold cavity, and the back pressure is maintained by restriction in the metal flow. Metal flow is restricted in pressurized kind of getting flow, while restriction only at the bottom of the sprue, means at the bottom of the sprue there is a restriction, and remaining other areas there is no restriction of flow of the metal, okay. And while flow of liquid is almost equal from all gate, okay, in pressurized, okay, because it is pressurized from some other part, and flow of liquid is different from all gate in unpressurized, okay. Back pressure help in reducing the aspiration effect. Aspiration in the gating, as system never runs full, here there is very less turbulence in unpressurized, means turbulence is very less in unpressurized system, while there is some leading to more turbulence, means some turbulence will be there in the pressurized gating system, okay. So these are the differences or advantage and disadvantages of choosing pressurized gating system or unpressurized gating system. So these are the two types of gating system we have studied, goals of the gating system we have studied, and what are the components required for the gating system that we have studied, including the types of gates. So I am stopping here. In the next session we will see how we can design sprue or runner. So those calculations we will go in the detail. I will start the next session with the sprue design, how we can design the sprue and how we can proceed with the designing of runner and how it will help us to select the shape of the sprue as we have discussed during the types of gating design. Okay, thank you so much for your patience listening, and subscribe this Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel by hitting this bell icon, and stay tuned with such content of different branches of engineering domain in mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering and computer science engineering. Thank you so much. Till that time, stay tuned with our Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel. Thank you.